I feel like my habits as a student have gradually become like more ingrained now that I just use Tupperwares instead of bowls and cups. But yeah, hi. Tell you what, if you saw me on Saturday and you saw me today, you would think I'm two different people, and it hurts my head as well as just to know that I'm capable of being this person, but I'm also capable of being that person, and I have no control. It irritates me greatly, but there we are. That is just the definition of mental health, and its vast layers of complexities that we are unable to control because it's just that confusing. But yeah, today's been really productive and I've been really happy about it. Like, got up relatively early. I've already done one of the tests that we had to do for the module that was open today. It lasts for like 2 weeks, but I wanted to get it done quickly. So I got that sorted, did some revision before that. Then I did some notes, then I did this lecture, then I did another lecture, and then in between those I went for an hour walk, and I had a coffee, had a call with my dad, then I had to do some other calls to organise some bits and pieces. I've been sending out emails to everyone because I'm trying to schedule for my 3rd season on my podcast. So everything's been going on, but it's been good, and I've eaten well. I had a really big breakfast, as you saw, and it was just like, gradually my breakfast has become more dessert like. It's like got dark chocolate almond butter, cinnamon. Oh, it's so warm and cozy, and I had a huge grapefruit as well. It was a good time, and now I'm just going to sit down and chill before I've got another meeting in half an hour. Meeting, seminar, lecture, whatever you want to call it, Microsoft Teams call, and then I've got a meeting in the city at 3:30. So I'm busy, but because it's under my wing and I'm ticking things off. My brain really likes ticking things off. I find it very satisfying. So anyway, I'm gonna shut up, eat my bowl of randomness, and then get on with my day. So I've got a load of quinoa that I prepared, a load of chicken that was also prepared. I've got roasted aubergine in there somewhere. I've got bell pepper, I've got hummus, they were more falafels, but I have eaten them. Covered in, what are they called, like almond flake things. What I seem to do is plan and prepare everything individually, so I'm not preparing meals, I'm preparing like separate ingredients and like components so that I can put them together quickly. And yeah, that is my lunch. Excuse the wet hair, but I was supposed to have a shoot today, and I'm so glad because it got rescheduled to next week. So I shot with some other people last week. I'll insert some behind the scenes shots here. And I was supposed to go for a shoot that was gonna take about 5 hours of my day, and I'm so glad it got cancelled and rescheduled, just because today's to-do list is the width of my legs. Like, width, length, it's long, and I'm literally just trying to not overwhelm myself because I want to be organised, but I also don't want to waste time stressing about the list rather than just attacking it and doing it and stuff. Yeah, so hopefully today will be good, and I'm going to give myself a rest day because I went training yesterday and I've started to feel a few niggles and just a little bit tired and fatigued with my body, so I'm just going to give myself a little bit of a rest and a bit of a TLC, but then that's going to also free up a lot of time for me to do more work, so yeah.
Come on. 3 more. Good. Come on. 2 more. Come on. Drive. Not in. I'm not touching it. I'm not touching it. So you're 20 aside for 1, you're 50 aside for 6. It's actually a really good angle. As I said that, you bent down to pick up the thing. I was like, it's actually a really good angle. You like, thanks. I was like, I think. Right, well. foot down and then open it up. Nice. Fantastic. And then have two squeezes.
Fucking hell.
There you go, and then open.
Wide, wide, wide.
That's amazing. Fantastic. That's a lovely pose for you.
That looks so good on camera, you wouldn't believe.
Fantastic. Nice. That's really good. Fantastic.
You smashed it. Yeah, I know. I know.
Hi everyone, hi. Bloody hell. Wow. Okay, so things have changed. Life is not... I mean, my life has never been steady. So I don't even know why I thought that would ever be a reality. Life likes to throw these huge balls called inconveniences and shitness and just... I'm not really going to go into huge detail about it, but recently mental health is who knows, mental health, just not happy with life, as I've mentioned previously in different vlogs. Stuff's happened, stuff's arisen, stuff has been going on behind the scenes in my personal life that has just not been fun to deal with, let me tell you. It sucks though, because I feel like I'm well trained in these areas. I'm well trained in life just throwing shitballs at me just to know that... Is it just a test? Is it just like somebody wanting me to try to crumble and then I'm trying to build myself up consistently? And that's all I'm trying to tell myself, is these moments of discomfort, these moments of adversity and these moments of difficulties is ultimately only going to build me to become stronger. And that's what I'm trying to tell myself, because I shit you not, at the beginning of this week I did not think of that, because I was a crumble of a mess. Basically, I'm just avoiding the subject totally. It had stuff, the things that have gone on have also resulted in me full-time leaving university accommodation. I'm not dropping out of university, I promise I'm not dropping out. It was this time 2 years ago, it was like at the end of the first term that I dropped out. I don't want to drop out. I'm really trying to remember that the issues that I am going through currently aren't anything associated to my university degree, to that side of things. It's just things outside of that that I need to focus on, that I need to kind of provide attention to. But yeah, I've moved out. It's not even that big of a deal, but my life has been chaotic. It's annoying because generally it's this time of year that I kind of generally go down in terms of mental health, just because it's very triggering. And you know, it's not even in terms of SAD and you know the difficulties with just like how winter is coming and the effects of that, which I'm sure multiple people suffer as well. But there's a lot of anniversaries, there's a lots of dates, there's a lot of stuff going on and stuff that has gone on for the past few years, and I've just added another pile of stress to it, which I seem to be very good at. So yeah, this is probably the first time that I've actually gotten up, putting a face and makeup on. Like, I've literally just been organising my life, stressing out, just frantically living in this routine of franticness and chaoticness and anxiety and panic, and it's not been fun. But fortunately, today's going to be a good day, and I'm putting that out in the universe and I'm manifesting that thought, because my best friend is back home. Well, only for like a little bit. We met yesterday for a good session, and if you have a training partner that you know you train your best with and you haven't trained with them in so long, and then you reunite, you forget how effective or how like unintentionally stronger you become just because you got them shouting down your ear hole. So we had a really good session yesterday, which I'll insert the footage of, and we're meeting up again today. It's a glorious day outside. I don't know if that's focusing, but there's not massively any clouds, and it's going to be positive and it's going to be lovely. But yeah, just a mini life update. I've moved out, I'm back home. I don't want to drop out. My mental health shit. Trying not to drop out. I'm low-key trying to find somewhere to live. So that's just a fragment of everything that's going on, because if I were to tell you the extent of my personal life, Jesus Christ, we'd all be going to therapy. There we are then. Why is all my shit always in the back of the shot? It kind of stresses me out. No, I'm not gonna move my towel. Everyone has a towel. It looks in the way though. Ugh. Also, because nobody's in the house at the moment and I'm back home and not in accommodation, it's nice to be able to speak and not have to whisper. Yeah, that was difficult. Honestly, the room in my university, it's university accommodation on campus. Like, it's never going to be glamorous. It's never going to be the most pristine location, you know, it's just part of the experience generally. But it was a cardboard fucking box. I could hear the person that was living opposite me on the other side of the corridor sneezing. And I got so anxious because obviously a part of what I do is speak to a camera, speak directly into a microphone. And I had so many like podcast interviews there, and all you can hear is just like people downstairs singing to fucking, oh, whatever. But like, it wasn't ideal for the social media side of things. Like, I know that's first world problems, but it's just nice now that I'm realising I'm able to speak to you without knowing that like people can be listening in and that whole kind of overthinking process. But yeah, I'm okay. Life's been extremely turbulent and I'm familiar with that by now. Like, honestly, I did get to the point where I was getting pissed off just because I felt like life was throwing all these blows at me. But once things start falling into place, once things begin becoming not as shite for me, it's going to be that extra bit brilliant, because I know what it's like to live in anxiety, in panic. You know, I was relapsing with depression recently. I was very not great, so it makes everything else on the adverse side more positive and more reinforcing, and just generally you're a lot more grateful for it. So we're going to take all the positives out of it. And yeah, also I'm just last point, I hate having chunky clips of me speaking because I feel like it's fucking pointless. But also last night, as I said, I had a training session and you're immediately stronger. I hit my bench PB. So recently my PBs have been just going through the roof, which I'm happy about. I feel like the more depressed that I get, the more strong I get, because I'm training heavier. Does anyone get like that? Going to the gym when you're just like really like stuck in your head, shit's going like bad in your life, and the only thing that you can do to cope with those kind of situations is lift heavy things. So yeah, I've got my rack pulls up. I've got like, that's at 130 kg now, and I finally benched 60. It doesn't seem that much, but for me, bench was always the one that I can do 50 for reps, I could do 55 for reps. 60 wasn't moving, so I finally got them moving, which is brilliant. And yeah, I will leave you to it there. I need to sort out what I'm doing with my hair because it's too fluffy to put down, and it's like I scream preschool teacher in this. We're figuring it out. Anyway, I'm gonna love you and leave you, and hopefully I can get some footage for the rest of the day. Really?
Elegant.
Elegant styling.
It's quite good actually.
All right.
No.
How much food do you want to get me? You got 2 of these huge wraps, which literally, I think that's a good 2.5 kilos either one. Oh, geez, don't hit the table, I don't know. What's the likelihood that you're going to get your white t-shirt completely drenched in hummus and tahini? Lush.